Hi, welcome to Ray at the Movies, where I upload a video for the whole 25 days of Christmas. I hope you've been doing good. I hope everything's good. See, now you know I put up the Christmas tree because I have the hat. I have another hat coming, so hopefully I'll do the rest with the new hat. Christmas hat. It's totally different. This one needs to be a little bit retired. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll still probably use it. But yeah, we're here to talk about the Santa Claus. Santa Claus is one of my favorite movies that Tim Allen has done. I love his movies that he has done. I liked the Shaggy Dog movie, as well as I loved Galaxy Quest and the Toy Story movies that he's done. Alright, so let's go. Santa Claus. The Santa Claus came out November 11th, 1994. It stars Tim Allen, who was in the show Home Improvement, Last Man Standing TV series, Galaxy Quest, Toy Story 1 through 4. We have Judge Reinhardt, who was in Beverly Hills Cop 1 through 4. Only actor to be in all 4 besides Eddie Murphy, of course. We have Gremlins, The Hollow TV movie, Beethoven 3 and 4, Wendy Crewson, Maze and Monsters, Murder in Space TV movie. I hope they give that a release. That is a very fun movie to watch for a TV movie. And also is in The Doctor, The Good Son, Eric Lloyd, who was in Heart and Souls, Greedy, Dunstan Checks In, Christmas in Oz, David Crumpsholes, Numbers, that's a good show by the way, Life with Mikey, Adam Family Values, Monty TV series, Peter Boyle, Everybody Loves Raymond, the series. I had to put that in there because he's in there. Other than that, I hate the title, but I love the show. Alright, let's get into it. The rest. Red Heat, Young Frankenstein, Species 2. Directed by John Pasquin. Jungle to Jungle, Heart and Soul TV movie, Out on a Edge TV movie, Joe Somebody. Written by Leo Benavente, The Rosie and Buddy Show, The Dennis Miller Show, Space Jam, Kickin' and Screamin', Steve Rudnick, The Carol Burnett Show, Morning Man at 88.0, Space Jam, Kickin' and Screamin', music by Michael Carvaneto, Bull Durham, Wakewood, Dance With Me, Jungle to Jungle, Bed of Roses. The story. Here's the story. When a man inadvertently makes Santa fall off his roof on Christmas Eve, he finds himself magically recruited to take his place. Divorced dad, Scott, has custody of his son, Eric. On Christmas Eve. After he accidentally kills a man in a Santa suit, they're magically transported to the North Pole, where an elf explains that Scott must take Santa's place before the next Christmas arrives. Scott thinks he's dreaming, but over the next several months he gains weight and grows an inexplicably white beard. Maybe that night at the North Pole wasn't a dream after all, and maybe Scott has a lot of work to do. That is a fun movie. I also like there's a scene where he picks up his son. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while. I haven't watched it lately. If I had watched the last half hour of it, I think he's late picking up his son, which kind of says a lot about him. He's a toy exec, and he tries to cook a Christmas dinner for his son, only to burn it and go to Denny's. So, and then as he looks around, he sees all these other fathers who failed to cook a Christmas dinner. It's so trivial and funny. I gotta move this a little bit. Okay, so here's the trivia. Speaking of trivia. One of the children in Charlie's class during Parents' Day is an elf with pointed ears, which can be clearly seen when Charlie pulls the snow globe out of his backpack. When Charlie tells the class that his dad is Santa Claus, the elf boy is the only one who doesn't laugh. For 1 week in November 1994, Tim Allen had the #1 movie at the box office, the #1 rated television show, Home Improvement, and the #1 new best-selling book, Don't Stand Too Close to the Naked Man. First lead film role for Tim Allen. The dance that Tim Allen, Eric Lloyd, David Cruzman, Paige Temeka, and the other elves do to ZZ Top's Gimme All You Lovin' during the montage before Scott's second Christmas Eve as Santa was improvised and done in one take. The director kept it because it was so good. There are several portraits of presumably past Santas on the wall of Santa Claus's bedroom. This shows that this is not the first time that the reins have changed hands, confirming the film's main plot point. The role of Scott Calvin was written with Bill Murray in mind. After reading the script and being offered the lead role, Murray declined, saying he didn't think it suited his humor. When Scott is in denial, he wears black Converse shoes, but then wears red Converse shoes later in the movie when he fully embraces being Santa. During his tour of the workshop, Scott Calvin tries out a tool belt, then shakes his head as if to indicate that the tools are not for him. This is a reference to Tim Allen's then hit TV show Home Improvement, where his character's life, Tim, the tool man Taylor, revolved around tools. Hidden Mickey. When Scott and Charlie are leaving the North Pole in the sleigh and pass by the moon is, of course, a hidden Mickey. Tim Allen underwent 4 to 5 hours of makeup and prosthetic applications to transform in Santa, not including the 2 hours it took to take it all off, and had to wear multiple fat suits during filming, which took place in the middle of summer. Because of the latex, Allen experienced heat rashes, scars, scratches, and infections. There was a time limit on how long he could be in the suit while filming, maxing out at 6 hours because of the poor ventilation. They got better and better at air conditioning me, just keeping me calm, Allen told ABC News of his later films. According to the making of special, Tim Allen was miserable while shooting this film. It was shot in the summer, many non-air conditioned locations when he was in full costume with the fat suit, the facial prosthetics, the beard, and the Santa suit. Allen would get so hot he had to take frequent breaks to cool off. When he got too warm, he would occasionally forget about the children who were playing the elves and start using profanity. On top of this, that Santa suit rubbed his neck and caused him to develop a painful rash. When Scott Calvin is ending his first run as Santa, you okay?
Yeah, okay.
Ho 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 is done like the Tim Taylor signature grunt. The film was originally going to be released by Hollywood Pictures, but after positive reactions from test screenings among children, it was shifted to a Walt Disney Pictures release. Hollywood Pictures was still credited and it was mentioned in the early teaser trailer. The trailer was later reused for the Santa Claus 2, but with some minor... I missed that part. I don't know what happened. I goofed on that. When Scott and Charlie are being seated at Denny's, there's a boy putting on a coat who then watches them sit down. The boy has pointy ears, marking him as an elf. A couple of deleted scenes can be found in the original trailers for the film. These include Scott playing with a doll he is delivering before hearing a voice say, "Who's down there?" followed by the sound of a shotgun being loaded, and Scott conversing with a man in front of a children's play area behind a two-way mirror, who tells him to have a piece of fruitcake, for God's sake, followed by Scott goofily. I don't know what happened. Once the original choice, Bill Murray, turned down the role part of Scott Calvin, Chevy Chase was considered. Scheduling conflicts with another film forced Chevy Chase to turn down the role. I'm kind of glad, because I can only see Tim Allen as Santa Claus now. I want to apologize for the goof on that. I should have looked that over a little bit. I was kind of trying to rush through to do all the information dumps for these videos. I give it a 5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite movies that me and my family revisit. Now, my son has not yet seen it, because we're normally watching it while he's in school. So we're going to have to sit down with him and see if that's going to become his new favorite. So I highly recommend you check this movie out, as well as the sequel. And maybe the third one. Now, they did make 2 sequels and a TV series, which I still have yet to watch the TV series, by the way. But I will say, I really enjoyed this film. I did not see the film in the theaters, but I did go see the second one in theaters. And third one, for whatever reason, I didn't get to see it. Alright, with that, I'm out of here. Have a good rest of your day. God bless.